Hi guys, I'm Jesse at strobepro.com, and today I'm going to be showing you the Strobepro 9-foot heavy-duty studio stand. This is a new stand that we're carrying here, and it's got a number of things that the other stands don't. The main being that it's coming with heavy-duty casters here, so you can either use it as a regular stand or you can throw those on and wheel it around your studio. We've also got an adjustable center column here so we can put the weight load right down to the floor, and I'll show you how to do that in a second. We've got a 2-riser here, 3-section, and we've got our baby pin on the top with a flat side spigot to prevent twisting, and it's also going to come with a grip head, which is really nice, convenient for mounting other accessories. So let's take a closer look at all these parts and how they work together on this new stand. So first thing I want to show you is how to set this stand up, and right away you're going to notice when you pick this stand up that it is definitely heavy duty. It's got some weight to it. You can run your heaviest loads on this. You don't have to risk bending or warping a stand. This thing is going to stand up for long-term use in the studio, whatever you can throw at it. So you'll see that we have 2 different knobs here. So what we're going to do first of all is adjust the top knob, and with the legs, if you pull them out, that's going to allow this to slide up and down. So we can go down horizontal. Obviously that's going to be our most stable position. It's not completely horizontal, but you kind of get the idea where the legs are at their strongest point. Just for demonstration purposes, I'm going to pull this up here a little bit so I can fit it on my table and lock it in there. Now, this second knob here is for adjusting the center column. So if you've got something really heavy, you want to get a 4th contact point with the ground, and this point will take a lot of the load weight. What I'm going to do is just loosen that a little bit on the top, loosen it a little bit on the bottom. I don't want to loosen it right down because I don't want the legs sliding, but just holding here, I'm going to slide the column down until that hits the ground, or the table in my case here, and you can see that slid down. Now we're super stable. We don't have to worry about any loads overpowering the stand, and it prevents it from tipping a little bit more as well. The great thing about this stand is it comes with the casters here, and these aren't just a regular set of casters. These are heavy-duty casters designed to be able to take the load weight of the stand and still be able to wheel it around. So it's going to come with an Allen key, and these are pretty simple to attach. Basically, you've got your Allen bolt on one side and then your regular nut on the other side, and you're going to just slide that down. You don't need a wrench because it's got the recess part to prevent it from spinning. So just from new, these are just loosely in there. So if you just loosen that off, the bolt's going to come out, and we've got our bolt and our nut here. So on the stand, you're going to see that we've got a hole right here, and that hole is just going to line up on here. They're square legs, so pretty straightforward here. We're going to slide that in, and I'm just going to rest this down so you can see it a little bit better. So from there, we're just going to line that up, and I can't really see, but I hit it the first time. And then our nut on the back end. And what you want to do is push the nut into the recess part, and then that's going to grip it just like a wrench would. And we're just using the Allen key, tighten that down. And you don't have to go crazy tight on this, just get it snug. So I'm snug there, and just give it a little bit more, and we're locked in like that. So I'll throw the other ones on, and I'll show you how to control the locks. Okay guys, I've attached the other wheels here, and you can see this is the same position I had it on the table. This obviously does not look right. So what we have to do when we're running the wheels or the casters is we need to adjust the horizontal arms there. So we're going to bring those down until our wheels go flat, and then lock that in. Again, we've still got our center column there. We don't really need that anymore. So what we can do, I'm just going to loosen those up, bring that back up, tighten that one down, and then just make sure my position is still good. And from there, we can wheel that around. It runs really smooth, really nice casters. If you want to lock these down, we have the foot lock right here. So I can just step on that. It's going to lock that into position. If I want to get rid of that, I just kick the top part here, and it will release the lock. So you might be wondering what these points are for. They are to stand this stand up with the wheels on. So if you want to store this get it out of the way or move it around, what you can do, loosen the top column here, bring it up, and the wheels need to be unlocked to do this. So you're going to bring it up, the wheels are going to fold down and they're going to go inside, and we just bring it in until our wheels kind of come into each other, lock it into position. Now we've got a sturdy base. Our contact point is on here, not on the wheels, and we can move this around or store it easily. If you wanted, you could lock the wheels in this position here like that, so then when you bring it up, they're going to stay in that position. They won't rotate around. So you could just pick it up like that. Because if you don't, what's going to happen when you pick it up is that the wheels are going to fold down like that. So either way, it doesn't really matter. Just whatever is most convenient for you at the time. Okay, so let's talk about the risers. So at minimum height, it's about 3.6 feet. So if you're traveling with that, it's good to know. And this will obviously go up to 9 foot because it is our 9-foot HD stand. Now to do that, we just have our column locks over here. So just the two big knobs. Adjust that, bring it up, lock it into position. The nice thing about this is it's a 360-degree lock around it. So it just takes a quick little quarter turn. Locks in there very strong. You don't have to worry about this coming down on you, and you don't have to reef on it to try to over tighten it. It bites really hard there, so you're going to be safe and protected. Now we've got this second section up there. And again, if you've got a light on here, you always want to go with your upper section first and then your next section down, just so you don't get caught trying to adjust it. You're going to have to get a ladder or something to do it. I do want to make a couple safety mentions here. Because this is an HD stand, most of those do not come with air cushioning in them. So that means if you have a load on here and you loosen off the column lock, this is going to come crashing down. And it's very easy to kind of forget that, be gripping this stand here, and you've got a heavy load that slides down when you loosen it, and it's going to pinch your hand there. That could easily break fingers, so you want to be careful not to do that. Always grab the column by here. You're not going to pinch your fingers, and be sure to let that out slowly and make sure that you can handle the weight of that. Don't overload your stand. You do have some dampeners on there, so they're not going to come clacking together, but again, there is no air cushion on this. Now on the top we have our baby pin, and this fits a lot of different accessories, so this is a great stand if you want to run the HD baby boom, which I'll show you in a minute, or you can put strobes directly on this as well if you want. Again, we've got a flat side spigot here, so if you're putting a strobe directly on there, then the screw of the strobe will go against there to prevent any twisting or turning when you've got it up on the stand. Real quick guys, this is our HD baby boom. So if you're looking for a killer boom setup for this stand, going with this guy with a huge reach, also solid steel, basically same construction as the 9-foot HD here. This is an awesome option to pair with it. So we've got our baby pin, we just put that on, tighten it down, and you've got a really killer setup for any kind of load that you want to run in your studio. Another feature of this stand is the grip head that is included, which is really nice. You don't have to purchase this separately. So to mount this, we're just going to back off the screw here, and we've got two ways. So you want to turn this so it's on the tall side here, so that the screw is going to line up with the flat side on the spigot. We don't want to go upside down because it's not going to attach properly. So on like that, you would attach it down there, and we've got a bunch of different hole options here for different accessories if you wanted to run that. And again, you don't have to use this, you can just run a strobe directly on there. But for another boom option, so if you didn't want to pick up the HD boom that I just showed you, you could pick up the optional C-stand boom here on its own, and we can run this right through that hole, and again making sure that it's on the right side if our load is out here, and just tighten that down. Now you've got a fully functioning boom with only purchasing just the C-stand boom separately. If you are using this boom, just another safety measure is that you want to keep it on the right side, because if this happened to loosen off, what's going to happen is it's going to self-tighten as it goes down. Whereas if it was on the other side here, and this loosens off accidentally, it's just going to flip down and it's working against the force and it's going to loosen. So always keep it on the right side if you're looking at the stand. Make sure your load is out here, not back here. The last piece I want to show you here is this cable clamp. So the best way to use this is just pop it off of here, and you're going to take your cable and put it in the groove right here. So it'll slide in, and then carefully just put it back on. It's just going to keep the cable out of the way. And it's not meant to hold the heavy cable, it's just meant to keep it against the stand in the center column there when this is plugged in. So here we have the 9-foot heavy duty collapsed in its shortest length here. One of the great things about this is that you can throw this in the back of an average sized car, unlike a C-stand where it's a lot longer at 58 inches, plus you've got the turtle base that sticks out, a foot from there. So if you're kind of considering between a C-stand and this stand, that's one of the main features. Plus you've also got the rollers that come with it, or the casters, so you don't have to buy any separate wheels for the stand. You've got the grip head included here. This thing is solid steel construction, it's heavy duty, you can put the biggest load on here, you're not going to have to worry about warping or damaging this stand. It's built basically to last you a lifetime, so it's an investment, but you're going to have it forever. It's going to be in the studio in one of your workhorse stands that you go to time after time. So check the stand out and all the options that we have with it in our stand lineup, and until next time, I'm Jesse at strobepro.com.